I'm doing good. Yeah, it's feel good to be back.
You have a bobblehead. There's going to be a permanent one at SoFi Stadium. What do you think about all this?
Oh, it's pretty cool, man. Just to be honored, obviously being an old guy, retired now, but still kind of, reaping the benefits of what I did when I played, and it's pretty special. Special week last week, and then fast forward to this week, another one with my Rams, man. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. So.
What has it kind of been like bouncing back and forth, like reliving the Pitt days, coming back here with everything else running?
Emotional, overwhelming at times, but I've been enjoying it, just taking it all in. Obviously, thinking about the journey of everything I had to, do to get myself to a certain point and to be able to accomplish the things I was able to accomplish in college, in the pros, man. So it's been emotional for sure, but to be able to, be here with my family, my loved ones, people that played a huge part of, my success and pushing me to where I'm at today, it's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. So.
What's been keeping you busy in retirement these days?
I got 4 kids and a wife, man. That, doing a lot of other things, man. Obviously with my Ready Nutrition company, my development company, a couple of things we working on in the, I forgot you say the film space. So my foundation. So a little bit of everything, honestly, man. Just really staying busy. I always tell people, I feel like I retired and got more busy, but it's good to be busy, good to have things in place for a life after football. So I've been enjoying it. So.
The impact that you've made on this city and the way that people have embraced you in this city. The last 99, we know that was the great one. Now they have another great one with honoring you. What does that mean for you just to be in the city and have the fans really support you and continue to support you?
I always say I feel like LA adopted me. I've been here for 10 years. My 2 youngest kids is born and being raised here. So, LA's home too, and obviously, I talked about when you put the body of work in and you accomplish things and you know how hard you work to put yourself at a certain position and to be able to reap the benefits of that still, being done with the game, man, it's pretty special. Like anytime somebody, no matter if it's big or small, honor you, it's special. I take nothing for granted. I just try to, be in the moment, enjoy every second of it. Like I said, to be able to take this in with my family, my loved ones, it's even more special, right? To see my mom and dad over there crying how proud they are of their son. See my wife, she don't cry much, but her eyes was definitely watering last week. There she goes. My kids, my oldest daughter, my only daughter, but my oldest kid coming up to me, giving me a hug and telling me how proud she is of me, man. That means the world to me. So, like I said, just trying to take it all in, enjoy every moment of it, man. So, like my dad would say, you earned it. You earned it, so.
Jared Verse talked about your intense workout you had with him during training camp. How often do you try to stay in touch with the young guys, and how important is it for you to impact your ethos on them?
Yeah, I try to reach out to Verse here and there. Kobe Turner too. Obviously, he's my guy that played with me. So, I tell him like, if you're watching film and I'm free and I can watch film with you, I'm down to watch, and I can just be in the back of the room, and if you got a question to ask for, I see something that I can tell you and help you with. I'm down to do it. I think the way that why they've been playing, the opportunity they got in front of them is pretty special. So obviously not for them to take to take advantage of it, but anything I can do to try to help them, any words I can give them, they know that I'm here. I text them guys sometimes here and there, and if they want to come over to the house, get a workout, they can come. If they want to come watch some film with me, I'm down with that too. If I'm free and able to do it, man. I just want to see these guys continue to have success, and hopefully, get it done and what they're trying to chase and accomplish. So,
what do you think of that young front, that young group of tackles, edge rushers, and whatnot as a group?
It's been fun to watch, man. As a fan now, I'm watching on the couch. It's not just the sack numbers, just the pressure they're putting on the quarterback, making them uncomfortable, but getting quarterbacks off their spot, not allowing quarterbacks to step into their throws at times, man. I think that's the way you want to impact the game as a pass rusher, because I know a lot of people look at the sacks and the TFLs, but the pressures, the quarterback hits, that's a huge part in your team having success. And then even on the back end, the secondary been playing lights out, these last 4 weeks, that defense, it don't look like a young defense to me no more, right? Look, a group of guys that have been playing with each other for a while, that know how each other play, they're playing with confidence, and Landman, how you say it, Lamb, and he got a knack for that damn ball, man. So they got some pieces to the puzzle that they need, and they're getting it done, man. So Obviously, it's still a lot of football to be played, but as long as they keep playing consistent football, keep doing what they're doing, man, sky's the limit for them.
I'm not sure how much time you spent with Chris Shula, but even from afar, what have you seen about him and the stamp he's put on the
Been
team?
drawing up some stuff. He got a bunch of guys. He putting them in the right positions to have success, and they clicking. Everything's looking good, and they doing what they need to do for them to win games. And I think they 1 or 2 plays away from being undefeated. So when you talk about NFC, that's not just the NFC West, just the NFC period. I think the Rams is the top dogs right now, just from the way they've been playing. I think they, to be honest, the best team in the National Football League right now. But again, it's a lot of football to be played. I got to keep playing consistent, and keep doing what they're doing. So.
Coaches and players have often talked about how you set an example that they still, strive to meet here in the facility. So, what does it mean to have that impact, not just in terms of the production that you had, but in terms of the work that you put in to get there?
Well, just being here, and obviously the way I work, the way I went about my day-to-day of just studying film, taking care of my body, keeping my body in shape, preparing my body to stay strong, man. And a bunch of these guys played with me. They seen it, and I was a guy that led by example. And when you tend to do that, people tend to follow your lead and kind of do the same things you do. I just text Love 2 days ago. I was like, is the guy still standing after doing the extra work like we did? He said, it's not the same, but they doing extra work. I said, as long as they doing something, that's all that matters, man. And it's good to hear that they still, putting in the extra time in the weight room, in the film room, doing what they need to do to be successful, man. And it's good that I kind of left my little mold on them, and they kind of following through with it. So.
Do you see parts of yourself that you left behind in them?
Huh?
Do you see parts of yourself that you left behind in them?
I would hope so. Yeah, you see some of them. I hope some of that meanness, wiped off on that D-line too. And I see that a little bit with, I ain't get to play with Verse, but I got to talk to him, be around him a little bit, and I know how much he liked to talk. So, so they, I see some of it, yes, for sure.
There's certain moments where you find yourself really missing the game, and how have you handled whenever that itch does come up?
No, honestly, to be honest with you, I never had no itch after I retired to I want to come back. I want to play football still. You miss things from the game, and it's for me. It's not really playing the game. It's like being in the locker room, hanging with the guys, watching film, cracking jokes, more the camaraderie with the fellas. But I'm okay, man. I'm fulfilled. I'm happy with where I'm at in my life right now and what I'm doing. And obviously everything I do, I strive for greatness. Obviously I felt like I checked that off for football, and in the next chapter of life, just transitioning all that into what I'm trying to do and build right now, man. So I love the game of football. I just don't love playing the game of football no more. So.
At what point in your final season did you know that it was going to be your last?
I knew from when I first walked on the field of camp this would be my last year. Obviously, I didn't want to share with you guys. I didn't want to be a distraction, but my family knew, I knew. I'm pretty sure a couple of the coaches, I know Sean had a feel for it because we had conversations prior to me coming back. But, I kind of knew from the start of the season and what it was going to be. That's why my last year, I just tried to enjoy it, every moment of it, taking it all in, even the bad games, the good games, but, just trying to take it in like a kid playing all over again. And I felt like I did that, man, and I had a lot of fun my last season, man. To be with a young group that had a lot of success, to see them guys grow over the years, it's pretty cool to watch them now. So.
How much of the game do you still keep up with? I know you say from the couch, but do you keep up more with the college game or the NFL?
No, I watch the Rams. I watch the Steelers a little bit. Only full game I'm really watching now is Rams game. I might go to some highlights here and there and see, but I try to watch my Rams, every time they up there playing, man. I put my Rams shirt on, my Rams sweatsuit, and, might have some chicken wings or something like that. So it's a lot different than my normal Sundays when I play, but I'm enjoying the new Sundays I'm having, too, with the family and watching my Rams play and the way they winning right now, man. It's been real fun.
With that being said, what does it mean to have only played for one franchise that you created?
Feel great, to coming to the Rams, St. Louis Rams, for 2 years, and then transition here and obviously change the program, the organization around and start winning. It's pretty special. Not everybody get that opportunity to do that. So for me to have the opportunity to do that and be a part of, kind of changing the organization, it means a lot, because it was a lot of work, man. A lot of good days, bad days, but you know, at the end of the day, man, I take nothing for granted, so it was always a blessing. So.
That last two guys. From St. Louis to here, how have you seen now, almost 10 years later, LA embrace this Rams team?
When you win, people tend to, people want to see points be scored. You win games, and to see, where we came from, where, it maybe wasn't a full stadium to a packed house. So how many people was there last week? It was 75,000 packed. That's pretty cool, man. Only can remember like just that atmosphere, feeding off that type of crowd, man. It's pretty cool to watch the support from the city, and what the Rams is doing. So
we talked to McVay earlier this week about your guys' relationship. He said that one of the things he really appreciated and cherished was that you let him into your personal life. Just how did that connection? Why was that connection important to you, and how has that still maintained even in retirement?
Well, we all deal with things in our life. I guess everybody don't get to see it because they just know the football side of things, but a lot of personal things that happen in your life, and it's a lot of tough times. Sometimes you got to have some conversations with some people, and I was able to sit down and have conversations with Sean, and he understood, and it was never like, it was always family first. It was like, forget football right now and do whatever you got to do to handle your family situation and do what you got to do, man. And for me, that meant the world, right? To be able to have somebody I can sit down and talk to other than just football, just what's going on in my life, period. I was sitting in his office a lot, cried with him a bunch, so. To have that relationship that I have with him, not just as a coach, but, he's family to me, right? I want to continue to see him have success. It's more fun to watch them guys, him, Matthew, and all them guys be out there winning because I want to see them win. I want to see them have success. Yes, he was my coach, but, he's family to me.